So we're here to protesting at the Franciscan Sisters of Little Falls. Hey, the sisters want to destroy a beautiful old building. They want to spend $1 million on it when somebody wants to buy it. Just kind of confusing because the Pope says it's better to reuse than destroy. So who are these sisters following? So we're out protesting here. Pope Francis did say it's better to reuse than destroy, and the sisters want to destroy this Hurley Hall, which is just behind us, and we'll go walk around back there a little bit later. But they could sell it and not have to spend $1 million, and they really are destroying a local landmark. So I did a Freedom of Information Act request on the city. I'd like to share with you some of the information I found. All right, so here's one of the things I found. It's from somebody named Lori Casella, who's like a city, I don't know, a background person who's been there a long time.
She's a city finance person.
Okay. So somebody had posted, Colin Francis had posted, that he'd like to let people know that Hurley Hall is about to be demolished, and then people would like to buy it. And so Lori Casella had forwarded this to the city. Isn't that kind of her to be thinking about the city's conflict, public conflict going on? Okay. Another one that I got is the Star Tribune, Minnesota newspaper, Maine newspaper, did an article, and a gal named Jenny was trying to reach them. And the mayor, she said, I tried to reach the mayor yesterday, but he didn't connect. So the mayor refused to talk to the Star Tribune. So the Star Tribune did this article, and in the article she says that that Gary Block, the Heritage Preservation Commission's president, Gary Block, did not return calls. So he also refused to talk to the media. So these people have sought to destroy this beautiful building, but they're refusing to talk to the media and take accountability for it. They know it's not popular. They don't want to take responsibility. They're what I would call crooked. And just so you know, the sisters want to destroy this Hurley Hall. And prior to this, they've demolished 2 other buildings. They just keep destroying the buildings. So we're taking bets, like what building are they going to destroy next? Are they going to destroy the gym because they're going to make excuses why they have to destroy this gym? Are they going to destroy their chapel? And are they going to destroy their apartments so they can live in tents?
Their chapel is also eligible for National Register of Historic Places.
Yeah, right. And this Hurley Hall was on the local landmark, the registry, and the sisters just decided to destroy it when people want to buy it. There's something very crooked because Pope Francis said it's better to reuse than destroy, but these sisters are not following Pope Francis, so who might they be following?
So their namesake also is St. Francis, and he said it's better to reuse than it is to tear it down and use it for the poor.
Yeah, they call themselves the Franciscan Sisters, but they're clearly not. There's nothing Franciscan about them. So let's go over some of this other information here. So Wendy Zylka, she is the city clerk, and her husband's the mayor. So everybody seems to know everybody here in the politics around here. So the Heritage Preservation Commission, HPC, they voted to demolish this building when they're supposed to be preserving them. So Wendy Zylka sends out this email almost like she's proud. Ladies and gentlemen, the city unanimously upheld your issuance, the HPC's issuance, of the Hurley Hall demolition permit. And the sisters uses deconstruction, like somehow that makes it okay. And then Wendy, her pronouns, she, her, hers. So apparently she's a liberal in this conservative bastion. You know, I never noticed it, but the mayor, Zylka, he does come off a little bit effeminate.
Mr. President, I would like to add, we do need housing. We do need a lot of housing.
All right, let's get to the next item that I got. So the state of Minnesota was contacting the city and contacting Gary Block, who's the president of the HPC. And the thing about Gary Block is he's a tour operator, Gary Block Tours. But then Gary Block votes to destroy a historic building. You know, he runs these tours and he profits off tours. He has a trip to the demolition site of flight, whatever, in the East Coast. I forget, the flight that crashed in Pennsylvania. He's got a tour there, but he votes to destroy a local building. I mean, what kind of idiots do you have running the city here? He has no experience in preservation, and people who have applied to be on the Heritage Preservation Commission, who've got a degree in it, have been ignored. And Zylka is not appointed. Greg Zylka is only appointed his little favorite babies who destroy buildings for him. The state of Minnesota contacted Gary Block and said, are there grants? And so here's Gary Block telling, well, there's grants available for these buildings. Well, then why aren't you doing something to help restore the building? You know, why aren't you doing something to help use these grants for this historic building? Another one, the state of Minnesota sent the State of Minnesota Preservation Commission. He said, do you think the city council will uphold the HPC's decision when it hears the appeal? So the HPC made the decision to destroy this beautiful building, to not preserve. They're very crooked. And then the state of Minnesota asked them, well, do you think they'll uphold this decision to destroy? And Gary Block says, I think so. It's like, well, how is it that you think so? How come I didn't get any emails about that you would think so? How do you know? And the interesting thing, so-called interesting thing about these emails is I didn't get a single, I got a lot of emails, 300 pages, and about half of them were duplicates of CC emails and BCC emails to all of the council people, but not one of the council people ever responded to any of those emails. There's not a single direct email from any of the council members, except for one email. And that email was just from James Storley saying, well, I've got some concerns about it. But none of the other council members responded. Why didn't they respond? Are they hiding their emails? It's just very suspicious that nobody would have a single thing to say. Nothing to say at all. It's all just very suspicious. So the sisters, these fake nuns, they wanted to destroy this building. And the city said, okay, you can destroy it, even though we designated it as a local landmark 20 years ago. Sure, go ahead and destroy it. People have contacted the city. Someone named Ren Holland contacted them and sent a letter saying, look, what are you doing destroying it? Preservation is much preferred. And he sent a letter, and he just says, please exhaust every effort to prevent demolition of Hurley Hall, one of the first permanent buildings constructed on the St. Francis campus. Colin Francis sent them numerous emails. I'm looking into restoring Hurley Hall. Can I ask how much grant funding is available? So we asked about the grant funding. And he sent them numerous emails. He was trying to work with the city to be able to restore it. And there's another developer that came forward. And he offered to buy it, and the sisters refused. People want to buy it. The sisters have emptied out the asbestos of the building. Somebody could buy it and take care of it. It's going to cost them $1 million to destroy the building. And they refuse to sell it. They just want to throw $1 million in the trash. So here's some pictures of the interior. At the appeal, after the HFC ruled to destroy it, at the appeal, the sisters' lawyer said, well, it's not true that the sisters didn't maintain the building. But look at this. They didn't repair the roof, and they did not maintain it. But this is all restorable. Now, I sent an email saying, look, it's never been listed. You really shouldn't approve it because it's never been listed. These sisters are lying. They tried to sell it. And why isn't this email sent to the council members? I said I wanted it sent to the council members, but it didn't get sent. Why didn't it get sent to the council members? All right, I'm going to go take a walk back, and let's take a look at the condition of this Hurley Hall. So if you look here, you can see on the turret there, the tower, used to be the cross there. So the sisters took the cross off, just to create their own building. And they've got a dumpster out front. Somebody told me there was like black body bags in there, like long bags. That was taking out the asbestos. So they've paid money to take out the asbestos, but they're refusing to let anybody buy it. Somebody could buy it, but they refuse to sell it. They're preparing it here to put a crane here and destroy it. This is what anti-Franciscan sisters do, is they destroy things. This is violating their oath, the vows that they took, the religion they're claiming. They're a bunch of liars. 1890, beautiful old building. It has apartments in it. It could just be rehabbed. Look at that beautiful brickwork. All needs to be rehabbed. These idiots at the city council are acting like it can't be saved, but you just rehab it. Have you never rehabbed a building? You just do the work. You got it and you rehab it.
Now, one thing I want to point out here is in that parcel of land there that you see right before Hurley Hall, it used to be a parish house. There used to be a 2-story building there that priests could stay in. And prior to 2008, the sisters destroyed it. And then they destroyed that retreat house that you saw sometime after 2018. And now they want to destroy Hurley Hall. So we're taking bets. What are these Twisted Sisters going to destroy next? Post your thoughts in the comments.
Here's one of my fabulous signs. Saving the best for last here. So John Rademacher is the city administrator, but this guy supports destroying the building. So one of the emails in it, he says, my response is to reinforce the recommendation that the HPC decision be upheld or sustained, meaning he supports destroying the historical building that the city itself designated as a historical landmark 20 years prior. That's your city administrator for you. People are asking him, where's the information about the grants to restore the building, but he wants to destroy it.
In the end, we want to save as much of the buildings as possible.
Because of this redevelopment program, we are not only upkeeping existing buildings, but we are also saving them.
Now, on another set of emails here, the lawyer for the Twisted Sisters says, can you send me the documentation from the Historic Preservation Commission where Little Hurley Hall was designated as a landmark? And he responds, giving him more information about the opposing side. He's acting as an agent for the Twisted Sisters. He says he got a call from somebody, and she's a council member in a different city. She's making claims that Hurley Hall is eligible for the National Register, which makes it protected, that it's illegal to be deconstructed. She may be attending a meeting on Monday.
So he warns the lawyer about the other side's position on the issue.
So he's giving this lawyer the inside track. He's giving the lawyer the inside track and the information. He's acting as an agent for the Twisted Sisters. Amanda Scheid himself, he's advocated to preserve buildings, but now he wants to destroy one. He's a bit of a, typical lawyer, schmuck. In another email, Rademacher sends this lawyer for the Twisted Sisters, sends the lawyer an email from the city lawyer. But then when I get it, he blacks it out. So he sends it to somebody who's not privileged, but then he blacks it out so I can't see it. Why did he send it to an adversarial lawyer? But he won't let me see what it is. He's got it all blacked out.
Is it a mistake or intentional? I'll let you be the judge of that.
So Gary Block, like I said, was appointed to the HPC by Mayor Zylka, who Zylka appoints all of his little favorite buddies. But when people apply to be on the HPC, but they have degrees, he doesn't put them on there. He just puts people on there who want to destroy buildings. So Gary Block, somebody who runs tours. He runs tours and makes money off tourism. Here he wants to destroy a historical building. Very crooked people. And here Block is celebrating the destruction of this historic building. He says, talk to the one of her sisters at a meeting today, and she let me know that the fence is going up around Hurley Hall, and they're going to start removing stained glass windows. Maybe pass the word on to HPC members, exclamation point, exclamation point. He's so happy they're going to be destroying it. These people are very schizophrenic and twisted. So in another email the previous day, he says, I'm on the Citizens Advisory Board at CHI, which is a health initiative connected to the hospital that was connected to the nuns that they had sold off. And Sister Shar Grossman was sitting next to me yesterday afternoon and told me that the fence is up around the building and they'll start removing the stained glass windows. She's the secretary of the organization. Sister Carol Schmidt is their president. I hope this helps. So he's more than happy to help destroy a building, but he's not willing to do anything to preserve it. In the newspaper article, he says, well, we thought we explored every avenue about what we could do for the building, but none of them talked to a real estate agent. None of them talked to an agent, a commercial agent, about listing the building for sale. It's never been listed. And the sisters, when people came to look at the building 4 or 5 years ago, they were hostile. They wouldn't let them see the building. Somebody drive here 2 hours to look at the building, they wouldn't let her see the building. Somebody would drive there, somebody would come there, and she had to come back. It took her a year. It took her a year to be able to see the building. This is the type of people that these sisters are. They say, well, you had a chance to sell. Well, the sisters were hostile. They were hostile potential buyers, number one. And number two, they shut the building down during the coronavirus hysteria. They refused to let anybody into any of the buildings. So they really have effectively blocked the sale of the building. They really want to hoard it so they can destroy it. And Carol Schmidt and Shara Grossman, these are people who support violating their religious principles. Now, somebody asks he would like to get access to Hurley Hall before it's demolished to document the whole building with photographs. Well, and then Gary Block says, well, you have to contact the Franciscan sisters. Well, the sisters never respond. When anybody contacts them, they never respond. There's been 3 developers who wanted to buy the building, and the Twisted Sisters refused to sell it. So this is the results of my information request from the city. And as I pointed out before, there was not one email from any of the sitting council members, anybody who was elected, not one email. There wasn't one email from any of them in response to any of the information they got. I got many copies of BCC emails, but not one of them responded except one email from James Storley, who said he was concerned, and then they all voted for it. Like there was no discussion. I do believe they're hiding emails. It's pretty clear that these people have a lot to hide. So that is, and I will post a link so you can look this information up for yourself. I'll post a data request.